Alright everyone, welcome to Arsenal Fan TV. I hope you're doing well after the international break, and this is my preview for the game this Saturday against Liverpool in the Premier League. 12:45 kickoff on BT Sport, which admittedly against big teams hasn't really been a great combination for us, but I feel confident going into this game. It is a massive opportunity for both sides. First of all for Liverpool, who are looking to get back into the race for top four, and with Arsenal trying to get into the title race, if you want to call it that. Personally, I don't particularly want to look at it that way, and just to clarify, I don't think we're going to win the league, but you can look at it in that way. I mean, if Man City are going to be taken as serious title contenders to catch up with Chelsea, then I think we have the right to be too. And it's just a big game for us really to solidify our spot in the top four, which is mainly what I'm looking at in this game. If we were to win, we'd go 9 points ahead of Liverpool and kind of cement our position in that top four. But we can't underestimate Liverpool. We can't underestimate any team that we play at the back end of the season. These are very big games for every team that we come up against. And I think it's an excellent opportunity for us this Saturday at 12:45 to be getting 3 points on the board against a depleted Liverpool side. And I'm not really too sure how to feel going into this game, because if we were playing Liverpool before they'd played Manchester United and lost that game, I wouldn't have felt all that confident, because they were on the back of a great run of form. Bar ourselves, they've been one of the best teams in the division, but they looked so out of sorts against United, which I can't really work out, because they were playing really good football. They were getting difficult wins against places like Swansea away, where we failed to get wins. They were looking very convincing. Henderson was performing very well in the middle of the park for them. That's not to say that their players their individuals are underperforming. They didn't underperform necessarily in that game against Man United, but they didn't really seem to work as a unit, which surprised me, because having three at the back, having a lot of wingers, a lot of forwards, they seemed like a very good outfit, and it really did surprise me that they kind of got turned over a little bit by Manchester United at their own place as well. And I personally think that what we've got on Saturday is a really good opportunity to really build on that lead that we've got against them at the moment, and take advantage of really where their wounds are, because they didn't look good against United. If we could exploit them, especially with Martin Skrtel out of this game, which is a massive loss to them, whether you like the guy or not, he has probably been Liverpool's best defender this season. Emre Can as well. All these good players that they've got at the back. I mean, you would assume that Dejan Lovren or Kolo Touré would come in for the gap that Skrtel's going to avoid. And I certainly think that, that's a player, whatever one plays, Kolo Touré or Lovren, one of them is very, very, very prone to error, and I certainly feel that we can exploit that space in the middle. Obviously, the players that are going to cause a danger for Liverpool, Raheem Sterling, who it's going to be an odd game for him, I suppose. There's been all that gossip in not just the BBC but in the tabloids in general that he wants to leave Liverpool, he wants to win trophies, he's not putting pen to paper on a new contract just yet. And there's also the links, moving him with a link to Arsenal. So he's going to be a little bit unsettled, but I still can't underestimate him. He's Liverpool's one of the brightest talent at Liverpool, I'd say. And then you've got players like Sturridge, who may or may not be fit for this game. But Sturridge didn't even look that impressive against United. He did get a goal. That's where I think the threat lies with Sturridge. He may not look good, but he can get goals wherever he is on the pitch. He's very good at the near post. That's certainly where we've got to watch him. It's a big game for David Ospina in goal. And they've got some excellent players going forward in Philippe Coutinho, Henderson, etc. But players I think we should be able to cope with, certainly. I think that with the abundance of talent that we've got on offer, with so many first-team players coming back into the fold of things. I mean, I've spoken so much about Liverpool, their form, the players, the talent they've got in their side. They're a very good side at this moment. But let's look at Arsenal for a moment. This is like the first time we've had an almost fully fit team all season. In fact, it is the first time we've had it. Even Abu Diaby has come back into training, and that's a real surprise to see. He could potentially be on the bench for this game. We've got Jack Wilshere playing, we've got Mikel Arteta playing, we've got Debuchy playing, we've got an array of talent. Granted, a lot of those players won't even make the starting 11, but it's nice to have their experience coming back into the fold of things. It's great to have Debuchy back first and foremost. I think Bellerin's going to need a rest at some point. Jack Wilshere, obviously, he's got a kick on, no doubts about that whatsoever. He's just been hammered with injuries, but it's time he gets a run of games under his belt. I don't think he's going to get anywhere near the starting 11 just yet. It's going to really take time for him to break through. Of course, Aaron Ramsey, he was excellent in the internationals for Wales against Israel, where he got an excellent assist and a great goal to boot. So I think it's a really good position for us to be in. We've got excellent players going forward. We've got Walcott, we've got Welbeck, we've got Chamberlain come back into the side at some point. I think it's a bit frustrating that Chamberlain's not available for this game. He's certainly the player that I think could be the difference. And if Welbeck doesn't play, I think that's going to maybe be somewhere where we could be prone to error. I think if Walcott starts, which I wouldn't particularly have a problem with, I think it would be an excellent opportunity for him to start, because it's similar to the Sterling situation. He's been linked with a move away to Liverpool. He's not putting pen to paper. He's got to prove a point. He's got to earn that new contract, I feel. I don't think that he should be holding out for more money. He's got to prove to Arsenal, to Arsene Wenger, that he's got to be earning, that he's got, he merits a new contract, which I think he will. He's just got to get a run of games under his belt. At a point, he can be one of our most lethal players, but he's got to put in the work rate that someone like Welbeck or Oxlade-Chamberlain will, because I think they are keeping him out of the side at the moment. I think if Welbeck's fit, he'll start ahead of Walcott on that right-hand side. And looking at the team in full that I'd like to see, I'll go with David Ospina in goal, Bellerin a right back, Koscielny, Gabriel, Nacho Monreal, Francis Coquelin, Danny Welbeck if he's fit, Santi Cazorla, Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez, and of course Olivier Giroud up top. Loads of pace, loads of talent going forward, but I think the one real quizzical thing that's coming into my mind is, does Aaron Ramsey play in this game? I don't particularly want to change the winning formation. I think the way that we're playing with Ozil and Cazorla playing in that deeper role, I think it's worked so well for us recently, and I don't particularly want to change that. You could bring Ramsey in. I don't know if it unsettled the play in a way. I think he does complement. I think there are parts of our team where he links so well with other players. For example, I think that whole Ozil, Ramsey and Giroud link is absolutely superb throughout the side. And actually, against Liverpool last season is where that was shown to full effect. So I wouldn't have a problem with Ramsey starting, but I think if we are going to play him, we've got to drop one of Ozil and Cazorla, which I don't think we can do. Both of them are in very good form. They're playing well for Arsenal as well as their countries. They've showed that in the international break. Or you play one of them on the right-hand side, which I don't think is going to do the player any favours. I think it's going to waste a position where we could potentially play a better player who's more accustomed to that role. But I think the only way that could really work is if we were to play, I don't know, Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil and Cazorla behind the striker, is that's only going to work in our favour when we have possession, because I think you tend to notice with Arsenal that the three players playing behind Giroud or Welbeck or whatever, who's playing as the striker, those three players, they tend to really chop and change. They go from left to right to the middle, and they do that constantly throughout the game. That's what I really like about the chemistry within the side. But I think it could cost us a lot on the break when someone like Ozil or Cazorla isn't tracking back to the effect that someone like Welbeck or even Walcott would. Even though I did slate him, it's a difficult situation to be in. It is hard picking the lineup, and even though we've got all these players coming back into the fold of things, it's hard to pick who do you choose to start this game. Like I've already mentioned, I would like to see Welbeck starting on the right-hand side, Giroud up top, and Alexis Sanchez on the left. Abundance of talent going forward, and a great position to be in. But we can only really make the most of our squad if we're going to get 3 points in this game against a depleted Liverpool outfit, like I've already mentioned. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts going into the game against Liverpool this Saturday. If you've enjoyed the video, do make sure to give it a like rating, subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV. Also, do check out my own channel, AFC Game by Game. And as always, thank you very much for watching, guys.
Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is a brand new show. This is the Match Predictor show in conjunction with Sport Lobster. And what we're going to do every week, we're going to take a look at the games and predict the scores. Now,